Hello everyone, welcome to the first lesson in GamerPay Skins School. My name is Yde and I'll be your professor today, where we are going to be talking about the basics of CSGO skins/items. Let's get into it. First off, I would like to start out by separating CSGO skins with CSGO items, as there are a few major differences. Skins are cosmetic designs which can be applied to a weapon, like shown here in the top. Each skin, except for vanilla knives, is unique and has a different float and a different pattern, which is what determines how the skin looks. In comparison, items cannot be used in games, and they also do not have a float or any pattern, and therefore all items are identical. But what skins and items do have in common is the fact that they have a monetary value and can be traded to other users on Steam, which have created a huge market. Skins can be applied on pistols, rifles, heavies, knives, gloves and SMGs, and skins derive from drops, cases or souvenir packages. They can also appear in what is called stat track, which is just a kill counter on your weapon. So every time you get a kill with that skin, the number on it increases by 1. However, stat track does not appear on gloves. Items can be things like cases, souvenir packages, sticker capsules and stickers, and you don't have the option of getting items in stat track. Items derive from drops, capsules or by achieving in-game missions. Now each skin is going to have a float which is randomly selected once the skin has been created through a case unboxing or through a drop. A float is a number of 16 digits which defines the condition of your skin. That float can range from 1 to 0 and is spread across 5 different conditions. Factory new, which has a float from 0 to 0.07, minimal wear, which has a float from 0.07 to 0.15, field tested, which has a float from 0.15 to 0.38, well worn, which has a float from 0.38 to 0.45, and finally the worst or the most worn condition, which is battle scarred, which has a float from 0.45 to 1. In most cases, the closer the float is to 1, the more worn the skin looks, and the closer the float is to 0, the newer the skin looks. This is not the case for all skins though. The Orb Medusa, for example, does not become more worn, but just becomes more dark as the float increases. This one is battle scarred with a float of 0.99. The factory new one just looks a lot more bright than the battle scarred one, but the battle scarred one does not really look that much more worn. All skins are going to have a pattern ranging from 1 to 1000. Just like the floats, a pattern is a number which is randomly generated. Some skins look the exact same despite having different patterns. Take the AK-47 Asimov for example. However, on some skins like the Case Harden, the pattern can change to look drastically. This is because the number of the pattern is what defines what part of the image will be used for the skin. As you can see here with the M9, the weapon is put on an image, and the placement of the weapon on the image is decided by the pattern number, creating for totally different looking skins. Skins are also separated into 8 different types of rarities: consumer grade, industrial grade, mil-spec, restricted, classified, covert, rare special item, and finally contraband. However, rare special items shows as covert once they have been unboxed, and the only contraband skin is the M4A4 Howl, which can no longer be obtained. And consumer grade as well as industrial grade items can only be obtained through drops or souvenir packages. When unboxing, you have a 79.92% chance of getting a mil-spec item, 15.98% chance of getting a restricted item, 3.19% of getting a classified item, and 0.63% of getting a covert item, and 0.25% of getting a rare special item. Those percentages drop by 90% for getting the stat track version, or go down to 1/10 the chance of getting a non-stat track skin. And that wraps up the first lesson in GamerPay Skins School. I hope you learned something, and I'll catch you in the next video.